How's it going, YouTube? This is Wi-Fi Gamer here today. Today I am bringing you guys some more BDSP Wi-Fi battling. Today I am rocking out with this what looks to be a very standard team. It's definitely not though, as we are rocking out with Choice Specs, Heatran, Toxicor, Gliscor, obviously, Choice Band Breloom, Leftovers Blissey, but this is a very offensive Blissey, Starmie with the Life Orb, and Fortress. Very cool Pokemon, very fun sets. Question of the day. Actually, first, I want to thank everybody. We are nearing 200 subscribers on the channel. Thank you very much. I couldn't be here without you guys, obviously, so I'm very appreciative of that. And that does lead me, though, to the question of the day. And that question of the day is, do you know any soon-to-be famous people? And when I mean soon-to-be, hey, maybe they're already pretty close to becoming famous. Maybe they're pretty popular already. But the reason I'm asking that is that my high school, actually, before that, my kindergarten buddy, I went to kindergarten with this guy. He just made his major league debut with the Chicago Cubs. He pitched in the 9th inning as they had a 9-0 lead. You know what? He didn't allow a single run, and I'm very proud of him. Ethan Roberts, if you're watching this, which I'm pretty sure you're not, but if you are, congratulations. And I mean, the whole town is super excited for him, you know? So, hopefully great things to come for him and his future, his wife, and I just wish him the best luck, you know? And I just want to know what you guys have, and if you guys ever had that experience ever before. Have you ever been in close relationships to any famous people? Just let me know in the comments down below. Anyway, let's get into this battle. He starts off with Infernape. We go for the serve as he switches into the Blissey. Now we're all caught up. Right here, I don't know what this Blissey wants to do. Could easily just be, it could be predicting my switch to Gliscor and going for the Ice Beam, but most Blisseys still run the Thunder Wave Seismic Toss set. So I'm actually going to Gliscor. Hopefully he's not predicting and going for the Ice Beam. I just gotta see what kind of Blissey he is, and unfortunately he's very offensive Blissey. Oh. No, okay. I did call that he was potentially going to be predicting that. Unfortunately he does, and that actually bites me in the butt. Really bad. Just go for the Protect right here. Are we scaring him out? Most likely not, as Earthquake from a Gliscor is like a free hit KO if he invested into his defenses. If he didn't, it probably still wouldn't be a KO, but it'd be a 2-hit KO instead. So yeah, I'm not really threatening this Blissey at the moment. Now if our opponents want to preserve it or what, I don't know, but we're kind of in the tough spot right now, and our opponent is taking their sweet time picking what they need to do. Yeah, we do Protect as he goes for Stealth Rocks. Oh, that's totally different Blissey than what I've run in. You know, you got the Ice Beam. I like that. But do you have Thunder, Flamethrower, or even Soft Boil? One of those moves you've given up to have Stealth Rocks. And you know what? I feel like I can set some Stealth Rocks too right before I go down. Gliscor should be able to outspeed here. We're not taking the Ice Beam though. I'll tell you that right now. If he somehow outspeeds us, like if he max speed his Blissey, I don't even know if that would outspeed a Gliscor though. Gliscor is just a naturally speedy guy. He has Seismic Toss too. This is the weirdest Blissey set I've ever seen in my life. Why didn't you just go for the Ice Beam? I have no idea what my man's wanting to do. There's no reason to try and preserve my Gliscor here, though. Like I'm just wanting to see what this Blissey can do. Is getting the damage worth it, or going for taking the item? I think taking the item. He may not have Soft Boil, so what Leftovers might be his only form of recovery. So taking the item might actually prove to be very beneficial, as this damage might be sticking to the rest of the game. Let's see, we know Stealth Rock, Seismic Toss, Ice Beam. What else would you have? either way, we're going to scare it out right now. I'm going to go into my Choice Band Breloom. And basically, I'm predicting a switch. Right? There's no way you're going to keep your Blissey in on this. We are Choice Banded. So if we put this Blissey asleep and it doesn't switch out or something, we're forced to switch out. Whatever comes in, we're forced to switch out. Because, I mean, we're putting them asleep. And we're Choice Banded. Don't want to be breaking those sleep calls. But the reason why I like having Spore on a Choice Band Breloom is situations like this where Breloom really forces a switch. He doesn't necessarily want to stay in on what switches, or they stay in, that's fine too. But most of the time he forces a switch, you know. Well, we Spore the Pokemon, and then we have the momentum on our side as we do switch out to a Pokemon in favor of fighting that matchup for us. Unfortunately for us in this situation, to fight the Blissey, we do not have a really great Pokemon to do so, but I do have a Fortress, and this Fortress does have Volt Switch. So we might be able to get Breloom back in relatively safely the following turn, and then right there, I'm going to be hitting that big old Mach Punch, and there's probably not much you can do about that. I was predicting the switch, and now he switches. Okay, that's fine. Alakazam. That's fine. What can Alakazam do to a Fortress? There's not much. No, there's not much, right? In fact, we have no, I do not. I have Toxic Spikes over Gyro Ball. That could be a big miss right there, to tell you honest truth. But we're gonna go ahead, go for the Rapid Spin, Focus Blast, and he actually connects. And Fortress just taking it like a champion. Rapid Spin does a decent amount of damage to Alakazam. We're definitely not going to be outspeeding. But if he's wanting to do, if you want to go for another Focus Blast, be my guest, by the way. I'm just going to go ahead and Vote Switch on you. There's not many Pokemon, though, that can outspeed. I can still go into Breloom, though. Breloom having the, ooh, who are you switching? Into Scizor. Okay, yeah, Breloom still having the Mach Punch. I think that's going to be crucial for our in-game. So, we're going to go ahead and get this Vote Switch out. Yeah, we gotta save Breloom anyway for that Blissey, so we don't need Breloom to take too much damage. Right here's an easy situation to go into the Heatran. It forces the Blissey to come back in, basically. We're Choice Specs. How our opponent's been playing, though, he has not been switching out all that much. Like, he gets in these tough situations, and I'm predicting the switches, and he's actually just not switching. So, I'm just going to go for the Flamethrower. He is switching this time. Probably into that Blissey, that's fine. I could have predicted it. Rotom won't like this, my man. I don't care if you are Rotom Wash. This is probably still a free hit KO, but it's good to have this chip. Maybe a 2-hit KO, let's see. That looks like a 2-hit KO if you ever ask me. And we get the Lucky Burn on our side, so you know we'd love to see that. It's showing Leftover, so to me that tells me that's a very bulky Rotom. Very interesting there. We might be able to outspeed, so let's go for this again. He does outspeed and goes for the Vote Switch. This Heatran is just naturally bulky. That's why I wasn't too worried about the Hydro Pump there. We should have been able to take it relatively well. Not the best, but we would have took it and be able to KO that Rotom with the Flamethrower. Garchomp comes out. Garchomp does not want to take this Flamethrower either, especially if we can get the burn, please. That would be nice, to get the burn on the Pokemon that we actually want. That's a 2-hit KO again, basically, but I do not want to take an Earthquake. He's in range of Breloom. That's the biggest thing. Go out into the Fortress, right? Or this is tough because he's probably predicting us to switch. So I'm gonna stay in and go for a Flamethrower. He's predicting the switch, right? No, he's actually not. I was thinking, okay, maybe he's predicting the switch, and I can go for a cheeky little Flamethrower to pick up a KO onto a Garchomp that went for Swords Dance. But unfortunately, that is not the case. That's okay, though, as we do have Breloom. Garchomp should be in range of our Breloom, right? We are choice banded. Let's go for that Mach Punch. This is stabbed. I mean, Technician boosted. I mean, this should KO half HP Garchomp. Let's just be honest. Come on. Come on, Breloom. Come on, Breloom. I know you can get this KO. Our man's taking a long time to decide what he wants to do. He is withdrawing. Okay, that's fine. Are you going to that Blissey, please? Rotom. Rotom won't take this, my man. Rotom will not take this. Which I know Rotom's your death fodder. For sure. So, I mean, that's all fine and dandy. But Rotom ain't taking it. So there's Rotom. Rotom went down. We still have Stealth Rocks up on our side. He does not, as we were able to Rapid Spin. Infernape comes out. Can Infernape take a Mach Punch from a Choice Band Breloom? I really want to say no. I mean, this is me risking it, but I don't. Oh no, he does. He does. Oh no. Overheat comes up. Breloom is my win con, by the way, guys. I just lost my win con. And I could have went to Blissey to take that. Oh, that hurts. I was thinking Flare Blitz, though, I'll tell you honest truth. So I probably wouldn't have went to Blissey, but anybody. Because the biggest problem now is how do I break that Blissey? Hopefully he doesn't have Soft Boil. Hopefully. Really hoping that you do not have Soft Boil on that Blissey. Because if you don't, we should be able to break it with our own Blissey. We should still be able to win with our own Blissey. Our Blissey, I feel like, is a tad bit better of a set than what his is. Because, I mean, he has Stealth Rocks over something like Soft Boil. We don't know that 100%. He does, though, have Seismitoss, and Seismitoss is a guarantee 50, where I don't know if my attack is. So we still need to keep some Pokemon alive, and we are struggling right now to keep our Pokemon alive. His Pokemon on the break, though, you know, like, he is taking a bunch of damage with his Pokemon, but they're all still alive, basically, where my Pokemon are going down quickly. Scizor does come out. Scizor cannot outspeed Starmie. The only way he can hit me is Bullet Punch. Now, Bullet Punch is quad resisted on Starmie, so even if Starmie is considered a little frail on the physical side, this is doing like no damage to us though. So we're going to stay in. It should just do like another Life Orb tick, tell you honest truth. We're going to stay in. I'm not too frightened by the Scizor. Like, Scizor is practically a death fodder for what our opponent's doing. He has realized that, and he's actually switching it out to the Blissey. Very interesting. Blissey is natural cure, because we did put that thing asleep, and as you can see, it's not asleep. That's a decent chip on that Blissey. I do want to see what you want to do. Maybe expecting a Thunder? I'm going to go into my own Blissey. If you go for a Thunder, that just proves that you do not have Soft Boil. So that is how we win, right? So you do have Soft Boil. Stealth Rock, Seismitoss, Ice Beam, and Soft Boil. And having a natural cure instead of the Syringrace as well. So I'm going to go for the Ice Beam. Actually, that's probably a misplay. Right now, I just have to try and get his Blissey off the board. Maybe he's trying to switch it out. Really and truthfully, though, his Blissey in this situation is probably in a better spot than mine, because his is an easier switch and everything. Please do not let his Blissey get the freeze on my Blissey. Please. Like, that would be considered reversed. Thank you. Thank you. I do get the freeze. I wonder if that forces a switch, though, or if he's willing to stay in and fight. Ah, man, that's tough, because all I have is special attackers. All I have is the special attackers. Hopefully, honestly, stay in with your Blissey until I get my Toxic Spikes up on the board, and then please switch out. At that point, let me get 2 layers of Toxic Spikes, please. Let me get my spikes up there too. That would be nice. Because you shouldn't be able to do anything to my Fortress with your Blissey. Like, I'm not too worried about your Seismitoss, and I should be able to set up my Toxic Spikes, even though I don't know what's more valuable, Gyro Ball or Toxic Spikes on a Fortress. Maybe in this situation, Toxic Spikes might play a little bit better, but we'll have to wait and see. The toxic spikes are though basically they're saying, hey, we're going to get 2 layers of toxic, then we're going in-game focus on getting that Blissey poisoned after taking out everybody else, and then we slowly whittle that Blissey down. Hopefully we be able to get W in time. Our man has realized, maybe he's realized what we're wanting to do. He's going out to that Scizor. Scizor may have that defog, so we do not. So yeah, he may actually have the defog, so we don't want to necessarily go for any more. We actually want to go for Volt Switch here, because because we don't want to waste our time setting all this stuff up. So let's go ahead, get this Volt Switch off, see what we can do, right? He actually goes for Roost. So I don't know if that means that you don't have defog, but either way, we're getting Switch initiative. This is practically us going back to our Blissey. And in this situation, you're thinking, why Blissey? Blissey, like I said, I've trained my Blissey to what I figure is the correct way of training Blissey. Blissey has a very high, very high, quite I add, HP and special defense. So I've trained him in defense and in special attack. So therefore mine, actually it's a very odd EV spread, right? But it works for what we need it for. So he's going to go for that defog. We were predicting that. Practically. I mean, I was definitely totally predicting that. But I do have Flamethrower on this Blissey, and that should be enough to pick up this KO first off. And it doesn't? That's a very bulky Scizor. Like, what Scizor lives at, you know? He's a very bulky Scizor. Is he going to stay in? Maybe, potentially, maybe not. Ice Beam should still pick up a KO. Yeah, see, we don't take nothing from that Bullet Punch because we trained correctly. Ice Beam does pick up a KO. Fantastic stuff. We love to see that. Scizor goes down. The biggest problem, the biggest worry I have right now is that we're taking way too long picking up these KOs. Like, we are slowly windowing down, right? We did get rid of that Scizor though, so that was huge. But at what cost? Let's see. Any fire attack coming out. He showed us Overheat. That probably means that he's a mix 8. He's probably right now going to go for close combat. We should be able to take that with Starmie. Not the best. If he is mixed, I do believe Starmie has a little bit better special defense than it does physical attack. Anyway, he actually has Slack Off. Very interesting. Very interesting. That's basically for the in-game when he's trying to stall out us, trying to get more HP than we have. Very interesting. Good play. It doesn't really matter what move we go for, Psychic or Surf. I was predicting the switch either or. Probably back out to that Blissey though, unfortunately. As you can see, Blissey has that natural cure, so it's able to, but that did decent damage. That was because of a crit, but decent damage. So that automatically forces us to go back out into the Blissey. And I don't necessarily know, like, if he keeps that Blissey in, how are we, because we don't have no Stealth Rocks on our side of the field right now. So if we're forcing the switches, they're not taking no damage. That's the sad part. Seismic Toss does come out. My man's playing very well. Let's just put it that way. And I don't know if there's actually enough time. We're going to go risk it for the biscuit though. We're going to go for that huge Thunder, trying to get the paralyzation, right? That could be considered a misplay. It can. One, we miss our Thunder. Two, we probably need the freeze more so than the paralyzation, if I'm thinking about it. But, you know, we got the paralyzation. Fantastic. Hey, at least Blissey's 2 for 2 on hacks attempts, so, you know, you gotta give Blissey credit where it gets credit, you know. Hate to do this, too. I'm gonna go ahead and go for Soft Boil. Try and win because of HP. His HP a lot lower other than his Blissey's, right? Maybe he has a surprise Pokemon that I can't remember that he hasn't brought out yet. But I'm hoping maybe his HP is a little bit lower and we're able to pull off this win. This will be a tough one. This is a tough one. Maybe he decides to switch too, but at this point I feel like we need to just keep Blissey in. As long as you have your Blissey, as long as he has his Blissey on the field, we're going to keep our Blissey in. Because that way we take very minimum damage. He's taking very minimum damage from us though, so keep that in mind too. But I'm glad we were able to take the leftovers off though. I think that is honestly the biggest key, right? The biggest factor. Just go for soft boil in this situation. Just should be the last turn. My man's actually switching. Good switch. Back out in that Infernape. I could have maybe have actually read that. Yeah, good play because that forces something to happen here. Can that Infernape actually threaten a KO? It can. What I'm going to do is let timer hit 0. And then I am going to go out to Fortress. Time has ran out. Fantastic. We did lose. Good game, Matthew. Good game. Hey, this is a fantastic game. He played a little bit more stylish than what I was expecting, but you know what? I brought the style-looking team, so can't get mad at him for playing that way. Guys, if you guys did enjoy today's battle, let me know in the comments down below. This is Wi-Fi Merman signing out. Peace.